There you are, Aaron. It took me forever to find out your new phone number. I went through so much trouble in order to find you a decent woman to marry. I even went as far as planning an extravagant wedding for you. And then you run off and marry some random floozy. And to top it all off, you moved and changed your phone number without telling me? How could you treat me this way? I suppose you aren't entirely to blame. You never were one to stand up for yourself. I have no doubt that awful woman who you married is the one putting you up to all of this. But not to worry, Aaron. It'll be fine soon. I found your new address. I'll be over there soon, and with me there to back you up. I'm sure together we can sort that harpy out. I'm just about to get in my car, so I should be there in no time. It's clear that woman wasn't given a proper upbringing, so I'll have to fix her mother's mistakes. I'll have her whipped into shape before the month's end, Aaron. Mark my words.
Mom? What the hell is going on here?
Ah, I see you finally noticed my message. I was wondering, when would you reply? It had been almost 2 hours. I was starting to worry that woman had taken your phone from you. But since you seem to be fine, I suppose you were simply too overwhelmed with joy at the thought of your mother coming to rescue you from your misery that you were at a loss for words.
I was in a meeting, at my job. I didn't have time to check my phone until now, and I just saw your messages. And in any case I wasn't clear before, you were the last person I wanted to hear from. I told you, Mom, I'm cutting you out of my life. Got it? Now go back home.
Oh, my dear sweet Aaron, it's absolutely terrifying the grip that awful woman has on you. Ugh, I get shivers whenever I hear her name. Charity, bleh. But as I said before, Aaron, you don't need to be afraid of her anymore. I've managed to track down your new address. There's nothing she can do to keep me from you now. I'll get right to work on fixing her up as soon as I get to your house, so don't you worry about a thing. You just focus on your work and leave all the dirty work to your dear mother.
Mom, I've told you this more times than I can remember. But Charity is my wife. She's wonderful to me. I love her, and you don't need to fix anything about her. Go home. You are not welcome at our house, and you never will be, so do not come. Do I make myself clear?
I've just turned onto your street, Aaron, to be there shortly.
Oh, for the love of God! Charity, it's me. Listen, this is very important. I need you to lock all the doors and windows and do not open them for anyone, okay? I mean it. Charity, do not open them for anyone except me. No matter what they say, keep the doors locked. Pretend you aren't home.
Aaron, what's going on? You're scaring me.
It's my mom. I don't know how, but she managed to find our new address.
What?
She just messaged me a minute ago saying that she was on our street, so she'll probably be there soon. Do you hear anything outside?
Well, actually, I just got to my client's office a little while ago. I have a meeting with them in a little bit, so yeah. I'm not at home right now, and won't be for a while.
Really? Oh yeah, you did mention that earlier.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm not home at the moment, so you don't need to worry about me letting her in. When she sees that no one's there, she's gonna turn around and go back home, right?
Just in case, I think we'd better book a room at a hotel for tonight. Do you have your valuables on you?
Yeah, I carry around whatever is carryable. Just like you said, anything that's too big to fit in my bag I left at my parents' house.
Okay. Sounds like we're in the clear for now. Anyway, thanks. I guess the next order of business is to find a new apartment as soon as possible. Man, it's time like this that make me really happy that we're both fortunate enough to get jobs that let us work from home.
Yeah, for real. If we were working at a regular company, it would be a lot harder for us to up and move to a different place in an emergency. Imagine if you had to keep living there even after your mom found us.
Ugh, I don't even want to think about that. And Charity, I'm really sorry that my mom is causing so much trouble for us.
Aaron, I keep telling you, you don't need to apologize for anything. I knew exactly what I was getting into when I married you, and I said yes, didn't I?
Yeah, you sure did. Thanks, Charity. Okay, well, I'm gonna get us a hotel room. I'll message you again once I make the reservation.
Okay, no rush. Gonna go talk to my client now. Bye. What is it with this city? Every single street looks exactly the same. I feel like I've been going in circles for the last half an hour. Whatever made you think it would be a good idea to move to this god-forsaken place? But not to worry, I finally found your place, Aaron. Isn't this exciting? We're about to embark on a new journey as a family. Just the two of us and that awful wife of yours who will be reforming. We'll give her all the tough love she needs to straighten her out, and if she resists, then you'll divorce her immediately. Ah, and you don't need to worry about being lonely when she's gone. I've already got the perfect woman lined up for you to marry. She's just like your dear old mother. Aaron, what is the meaning of all this? You never told me Charity was pregnant. And she looks like she could give birth any second now. That awful little brat tried to stop me from coming in the house, so I gave her a bit of a smack, out of love, of course. Spare the rod and spoil the child. She's going to have to get used to a new way of life, and it's better she does than sooner than later. But in any case, your apartment really is something else. Aaron, it's gorgeous. I feel like I could fit my whole house inside the living room. There should be more than enough space for me to put my things. So tell me, Aaron, what about time were you planning on being home tonight? I'm having Charity make me a bite to eat for lunch right now, since I thought it would be a good plan to start her cooking training right away. So if you have any requests for dinner, let me know and I'll have her start working on it just as she finishes making my lunch. Anything you want, dear, just name it.
Mom? Hold on. Back up 1 second. You're already at our apartment? Exactly when did you get there?
A few moments ago, dear. I told you I would find you, didn't I? Seriously, though, imagine my shock when I found out that I would become a grandmother in less than a month. Granted, I do have my share of issues with the child maternal lineage, but not to worry, I'm an expert in discipline, so I'll have any of his mother's traits wiped out of him by the time he enters elementary school.
Wait. Child?
Yes, my grandchild. And since I'll be living with the two of you, I'll always be there to ensure that awful wife of yours doesn't have too much of a negative influence.
Mom? Charity isn't pregnant.
What are you talking about?
Also, Charity isn't at home either. She's with me right now.
That's impossible. She's in the kitchen right now.
When I found out you were coming, I booked us a room at a hotel for the night to keep from having to deal with you. We're both at the station right now. She just got off her train, and we're about to head to the hotel.
How many times do I have to tell you she's right here? She's making my lunch as we speak. She can't be with you.
I have no idea what's going on right now, but... Mom, please don't tell me that you just barged into the apartment and started acting like you own the place.
What's wrong with that? It's your apartment. So since I'm your mother, I do own the place in a way. A fact which that awful woman seemed not to understand. Where did she get off threatening to call the police on me? It seems as though I have my work cut out for me straightening her up. It's dreadful that she doesn't even give me the proper respect to the mother of the man who's financing her selfish, greedy lifestyle.
I'm not financing anything, Mom. We both work. And that's completely besides the point. Mom, I need you to pay attention to what I'm about to say.
What is it, dear?
The apartment you're in right now is not ours. You stormed into the wrong apartment.
Nonsense.
Listen, Mom, Charity is with me. She's standing right beside me. And she's not 9 months pregnant. She's not even 1 month pregnant. She's not pregnant at all. And our apartment is not that big. It's a studio apartment. There's barely enough room for us, much less you and all of your stuff.
You're not making any sense.
Let me ask you something. What makes you think the address you're at right now is our address? How did you find it?
Oh well, you know, a friend of mine who lives near you said they saw you moving your bags into this apartment, so they told me the address.
That's odd. When did this happen, exactly?
Well, I suppose it's been out 6 months or so. So I started planning out my re-education plan for your awful wife and saving up money for the move. And once everything was settled, I headed over there right away.
Oh, okay. I think I get what happened now.
What is it? What happened?
The place you're at right now is about 10 minutes away from a big shopping mall down the road from an elementary school, right?
Yes, why?
You said it was 6 months ago, so that would put it roughly 3 months after I formally cut you out of my life. That apartment belonged to a friend of mine from college. He and his wife were living there. They were kind enough to let us stay there for 2 weeks while we got an apartment sorted out.
2 weeks?
Yeah. The residents of the apartment we were moving into still had 2 weeks left on their lease, so we just had to wait until they were all moved out. So, yeah, it wasn't a permanent living arrangement. We were only there for a short time.
So, the woman in the kitchen right now isn't your wife, it's your friend's wife? Oh my goodness gracious! Do be a dear and call them to explain the situation. I'm sure they'll understand it's coming from you.
I'm not finished. My friends moved out of that apartment months ago.
What? Oh no, Aaron, this is terrible. The woman here, she called her husband and he just came home. He started yelling at me and I was so terrified that I ran and locked myself in their bathroom. What should I do now? Help me.
So, as I was saying, the people living in the apartment that you just barged into, they're not us. They're not my friends. They're not my friends' friends. I have no idea who they are.
That can't be.
To summarize, you just barged into someone's apartment, assaulted a 9 months pregnant woman, and are now locked in their bathroom and refusing to leave. In the business, that's what they call trespassing.
That wasn't my intention at all.
Well, intentional or not, once the police get there, I think you're looking at a mandatory ride to the station.
Police?
My wife? As in my real wife, and not the woman who you just assaulted because you thought she was my wife? Just got off the phone with the local police department and explained the situation.
Oh no! Oh no! What should I do now?
What choice do you have? Explain yourself and apologize, and maybe they won't press charges.
Apologize? Why should I have to do that?
Well, in this case, I would say the most pertinent reason is because you slapped a pregnant woman and forced her to make you lunch for the trouble?
But it was an honest mistake.
I don't believe this. Are you for real? You've met Charity so many times, yet you still managed to forget what she looked like and confuse her with some random stranger?
Well...
And I mean, it's not like you forgot her name. At any point in your escapades today, did you think even just once to address her by name? That would have saved you a lot of trouble, I think.
But that's... It was obviously her. She had the key to your apartment and everything. Well, the apartment I thought was yours. so when I saw her open the door and go in, I knew it had to be her.
Oh, and one other thing. Even after I got married and told you, repeatedly, that I don't need or want you to find a wife for me, you went ahead with your plans anyway, didn't you? What kind of inconsiderate, unthinking, oblivious moron are you? My God in heaven, when your husband divorces you and your only son disowns you, I'd say most people would stop and think, gee, maybe I'm the problem here, but not you.
Aaron?
Whatever, I'm done with you. Enjoy prison, you psychopath.
Aaron, I can't believe you. You're my son. I'm your mother. You have to help me. Hurry up and do something. You can't speak to me that way. Aaron, pick up this instant.
My mom was taken into custody by the local police, and, after consulting with the poor people she barged in on, she was charged with trespassing, assault and battery, and a few other crimes. She evaded prison time due to her age, but now she had to deal with the inconveniences of having a criminal record. While she was busy dealing with the fallout of her trial and conviction, I talked with Charity's parents. And as of today, I have officially changed my name and no longer have any connections, legal or otherwise, to my mother. It hit her pretty hard when she heard the news through the grapevine. Fortunately, she had never visited my in-laws' house and has no way of finding out where they live, so I don't think we'll be hearing from her ever again. But, just in case, I went ahead and got a legal restraining order against her. As for what she's doing now, my aunt told me that she had holed herself up in her house for days after she got back from the police station. She got fired from her job, and now she has to deal with finding new work with a criminal record to her name in order to pay off the damages she owes to that couple. Oh, and speaking of them, they called the other day and said she had given birth to a healthy baby boy. I'm really happy for them. I have a feeling that child will grow up in a much better environment than I did.
Hi, Steve. Sorry for calling during work. Are you free right now?
Yeah, what is it? Strange getting texts from you while at work.
Me and Amanda haven't been feeling well since this morning, remember? We just went to the doctor.
Oh, you did say something like that this morning, didn't you? So, what did the doctor say?
We caught the flu.
What, really?
Apparently Amanda got it from someone in kindergarten. They did say something about the flu going around. I'm sorry. It seems that I wasn't careful enough.
From kindergarten, huh? And you? How are you feeling? You have a fever or something?
Yep, just below 100 degrees. My body aches and my head hurts. But it doesn't really feel like I caught the flu. It's much worse for Amanda, though.
What's her temperature?
A bit over 100. She just keeps sleeping, and whenever she wakes up, her face is red. It looks like the symptoms are much harder for her.
Okay, I got it. That's good and all, but what are you telling me I should do? I can't just take a break, you know? Can't you just do something about it?
I know it'll cause you trouble. But can't you at least have a bit more sympathy?
Who cares? Decide what to do about this is more important. I've got to take a break for at least 1 week if I get the flu as well. That just can't happen.
I'll wear a mask at home. It seems that it's hard for Amanda to wear one. You'll just have to bear it, I guess. We'll separate the rooms.
You'll take care of Amanda, right? Tell her not to go out of her room too much as well, will you? Then it won't matter whether she's wearing a mask or not.
But I got the flu as well, remember?
But you can still move around, right? That means you should be able to take care of Amanda. Or are you saying that it's alright if I get the flu as well?
Why are you always like this, Steve? All you think about is yourself. Can't you at least cooperate a little?
I would. You were so sick that you couldn't move around. But that's not the case, isn't it? So just take care of Amanda for me, will you?
That's not what this is about.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that this is what it's about. Also, just because you have the flu doesn't mean you can stop doing housework, alright? You know I can't cook.
That's what I thought you would say. I'll do what I can while I can still move around. Does that please you?
What do you mean, does that please you? It's the obvious thing to do in your position. I mean, it's not that I won't help if things get really bad. Tell me if that happens, will you?
Yes, I get it. I'll tell you if I can't handle it anymore. Hi, Steve. Sorry, but can't you finish early and come home quick today?
What? Something happened?
Amanda looks really sick. She's got a fever of 104 degrees. I want to take her to the doctor.
Sorry, but there's work I still need to take care of. I can't just drop it and go home, you know.
What about tomorrow then? You don't have work on Saturdays, right?
Yeah, but the clinic's closed on Saturday, isn't it?
They're open until noon. Can you drive us there tomorrow?
Sorry, but I can't.
Why not?
I'm going fishing with my colleagues tomorrow. It starts early, so I won't have time to drive Amanda to the clinic.
Fishing? Can't you just go fishing another time? Prioritize your daughter, please.
I promised I would go a while back. I can't just cancel abruptly. Wait, why don't you take Amanda? The clinic's not even that far.
I said I'm not feeling well. Why are you not able to think about me as well?
You should be fine as long as you go by car. Or is it that you're too sick to drive?
Won't you be taking the car if you're going fishing? How will I drive?
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that.
It's not funny. I'm begging you. Just take Amanda to the clinic before going fishing.
I can't. It starts early in the morning. You don't even seem that sick. Why not just walk there?
Will you please cut it out? How can you just say such things? You even make me do all the housework even when I've got the flu. Aren't you at least a little worried about me?
No need to get so mad. You're just over-exaggerating again. You don't have influenza. It's just a cold. Amanda will be fine by tomorrow, too.
You know that there are people who die from influenza, right?
Yeah, but it's basically zero, right? Stop trying to prove your point with such ridiculous example. You know, when I was a kid, we had none of that. You're just being overprotective.
Fine. I'll ask someone else to help.
What? Oh, do that, will you? It'd be a lot easier for me, too.
Yep. Good luck with work, I guess. Have fun with tomorrow's fishing, too.
Well, who knew fishing was so fun? Did you see that picture I sent you at noon? It was huge, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, I saw it. I'm so glad you had fun.
What's your problem? Hey, never mind. I was expecting you wouldn't be able to understand.
Then why did you ask me in the first place? You know I'm not feeling well. It'd be nice if you didn't bother me with all this other stuff as well.
Well, I'm sorry. Wait, you still have the flu? It's already been 1 week, hasn't it?
It's only been 4 days. Amanda and I can barely get out of bed. I told you yesterday that Amanda's condition was getting worse, right?
Oh, I guess you did say something like that. I wonder what I should do.
Do about what?
I finished fishing, but you two still have the flu, right? Looks like Amanda's gotten worse, too. I don't want to catch it, so I'll just stay over at a friend's house. Besides, I don't have work tomorrow anyways.
I see. Then I guess that settles it. I'm not going home either. You know, we should just sell the house.
What? What's this about suddenly?
I mean, the house we have now was meant for the three of us, right? It'll be much too spacious just for you when the two of us are gone. It'd be better if Amanda and I just moved to a smaller house.
Wait, hold on! I have no idea what you're even talking about. Why are you suddenly talking selling the house?
Won't it be lonely for you in our current house once the two of us are gone? You'll see that it's quite spacious once our stuff is gone.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Why are you suddenly talking about leaving?
What do you mean you don't understand? Fishing was more important to you than taking care of the two of us with the flu, right? I don't see a reason to remain being a family.
What? So that's what this is about? You're mad I didn't prioritize you two? Are you trying to get my attention by threatening to leave or something? You're such a child. That's so devious of you.
Sorry, but I don't care whether it's devious. I mean, it is your choice whether you're going to stay in the house or not. Me and Amanda aren't going to be staying, though.
Do you really understand what you're doing? You're saying you want a divorce, right?
Yes, and I think that getting a divorce is better for Amanda as well. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
You clearly don't understand. You're a housewife, aren't you? How are you gonna make a living without me?
I actually do have some skills, you know. I used to work before I married you as well. I'll manage it.
You'll manage it. You have no idea what you're getting yourself into. This isn't enough reason to divorce, you know. I'm not gonna insult you anymore, so just calm down.
What? You don't want to divorce?
Well, yeah. I just went fishing and now this? Stupid, really. No one is just gonna say, yes, let's get divorced in my position.
Well, I have a proposition then. Amanda and I are currently at your parents' house. So if you want to say something, come over now and say it to our faces. Let's talk it over from the beginning face to face, shall we?
What? Why are you at my parents' house? You didn't tell me anything about that.
You wouldn't take us to the doctor, so I asked your mother to come and help us. She's taking care of us now.
You asked my parents for help? I mean, I guess their house is close to ours. Why did you tell me first?
Well, I'm sorry, but we really didn't have the luxury. Amanda keeps getting worse and our husband was of no use, so...
Yeah, I got it. How's Amanda? It was nothing, right?
Luckily, yes. But it doesn't excuse what you did to us. Well, that's it, I guess. Come here if there's something you have to say. Let's talk it over so we can come to a conclusion both of us can be happy with. So, you decided not to come, huh? Me and your parents are waiting, you know. Why didn't you come?
What? Why would I want to catch the flu? What's the point in talking things through anyways? There's no point in me having to go over there either.
So you're still saying it.
Saying what?
That you don't want to catch the flu. That's your excuse even in a situation like this? You really never change, do you, Steve?
But I won't be able to go to work if I catch the flu, right?
We're on the brink of divorcing, you get it? I'm not saying you shouldn't prioritize work, but the way you treat us is just too much.
Wow, you really are a hassle, huh? No one likes people like you know that?
Really? I'll take care. So, what did you mean when you said there's no point in talking things out? You didn't agree on me and Amanda leaving, so I decided we needed to have a conversation.
That's just what you're saying now, though. This is such a hassle. Just cut it out already, will you? To be honest, I'm tired of putting up with your nonsense.
Nonsense? Do you think I'm joking or something?
Well, yeah. The flu is just a slightly more severe version of a cold, right? You're saying that's why you want to get divorced? If you are actually being serious, I'm kind of worried about your mental health.
I guess you're right. You don't even come to talk with me. I expected you would react this way, honestly.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm not talking about the flu, you see. You place your own hobbies above your daughter suffering from a fever, right? You make me do housework even when I feel ill, right? That's the problem. It's not about the flu. How do you expect not to get divorced when you can't even understand that?
I'm saying that you're being overdramatic. It's not like I left Amanda on her own. You were there with her, right? It's not such a big deal.
Normally, yes, but I got the flu too, you know. And still, you asked me to take care of Amanda and do all the housework? You thought that was all right?
Yeah, but I only did that because it'd be a problem if I caught the flu as well.
Yeah, I get it. But is that really the only reason?
What are you talking about?
I knew this from a while back. But you only care about yourself, don't you? You left the two of us alone just because you couldn't be bothered, right?
What? What's with the sudden accusation? What made you come to this conclusion? Where's your proof?
You really still don't get it? Everything you've done until now is my proof. The fact that you tried getting me to do everything, even though you knew I had the flu, and the fact that you prioritize fishing over your own daughter. I'm saying that it's because the only person you care about is yourself.
I get that you're mad, and I understand how you feel. Can't we just forget about all this? From now on, I'll help as well. Happy? Well, I guess that settles it.
Can you not just end the conversation? That's what you always do when the conversation doesn't benefit you. The only reason you didn't come is because you just didn't want to deal with it, didn't you? You're afraid of being called out by me and your parents.
Huh? Can you not speak about what you know nothing about? I'm not afraid.
If that's what you want to think, then go ahead. Just know that from the outside, it looks like you're just running away from the problem.
You're the one that's being overdramatic. Divorce? Over this? You're the one who's running away from their problems.
Maybe that's how you see things. But even if I'm running away, it's towards a better future. A better future for me and Amanda, you see. I doubt someone like you who only acts for their own sakes will understand. Don't think that we're just going to keep living with someone who doesn't even care about their own family. Steve never came to his parents' house to talk to me after that, so I decided to just forget about him and move on. His parents are also furious at Steve's actions and are fully supportive of our divorce. They even took care of me and Amanda until we were able to fully recover. When it was time to file the divorce, Steve fought against it. But I was able to make it official with the help of his parents. I was able to find a job with the skills I already had, and am now living with my daughter Amanda. As with Steve, he pays child support to Amanda, but other than that, appears to be the same. His family left him after what he did to me and Amanda, though. Serves him right after what he did to us.